morning, everyone. It's my privilege to welcome you all to the fifth edition of Deccan Herald Bengaluru 2040 Summit. This forum rests on a simple but demanding premise. Cities do not fail for lack of ambition. They falter for want of foresight. In a city as dynamic as Bengaluru, the long view is no longer optional, it's essential. This summit reflects Deccan Herald's enduring commitment to the city we have chronicled for 7 decades, not merely recording its expansion, but engaging with the ideas and institutions that shape its civic conscience. Bengaluru 2040 was created to look beyond immediate headlines and to examine clearly and independently the choices that will shape the city's next 2 decades. Few Indian cities have reinvented themselves as often or as successfully as Bengaluru. From a center of public science and higher learning, it evolved into the hub of the country's software revolution. Once known as a pensioner's paradise, it's today one of India's youngest and globally most sought-after cities, a magnet for Gen Z talent, capital, and enterprise. Reinvention is part of Bengaluru's character. Managing its consequences must now be part of our collective discipline. Today, the city stands at the threshold of another transformation, one shaped by artificial intelligence. Bengaluru accounts for nearly 40% of the AI startups in the country and hosts over 60% of India's global capability centers. It remains the principal engine of country's IT exports, which have crossed $250 billion. As AI reshapes industries worldwide, Bengaluru will be among the earliest and most deeply affected urban centers. This year's summit, therefore, focuses on AI and employment, AI in MedTech, and AI in education. The questions before us are fundamental. How will AI redefine work in a city that employs millions in technology and services? Can AI-driven healthcare improve outcomes while remaining accessible and ethical? How must education adapt to prepare young Bengalurians for professions that do not yet exist? The answers will influence not only economic trajectories, but social stability and generational opportunity. Even as Bengaluru leads the digital frontier, it is constrained by physical limits. Urban mobility remains a defining stress point. The city has over 1.2 crore registered vehicles, with nearly 2,000 added every day. Peak hour speeds on major corridors fall to 12 to 15 kilometers per hour. Commutes routinely exceed 90 minutes. Despite the expansion of Namma Metro and other infrastructure, congestion continues to outpace capacity. The cost is not merely economic, it is human. Hours lost from family life, rising pollution, and a steady erosion of urban well-being. The solution lies not in building more flyovers, but in rethinking the urban form itself, aligning land use, transport, and housing to create a city that is efficient, livable, and sustainable. Even more fundamental is water. By 2040, Bengaluru's population is projected to touch 2.5 crore, with daily water demand exceeding 2,600 million liters. This will far outstrip traditional river-based supply systems. Continued dependence on distant sources and unregulated groundwater extraction are ecologically untenable. Water will test not only our resources, but the very credibility of our governance. As we look ahead to 2040, the central question is clear. How do we grow without losing our character? How do we remain an innovation powerhouse while becoming a more humane, inclusive, and environmentally responsible city? These challenges demand more than technical solutions. They require institutional reform, ethical clarity, and collaborative leadership. That is the purpose of this summit, to bring together government, industry, academia, and civil society to think beyond quarterly returns and electoral cycles. If today's deliberations help align innovation with sustainability and ambition with equity, we have justified this gathering. Bengaluru has always been a city of ideas. The responsibility before us is to ensure that its next idea, its vision for 2040, is worthy of its past and confident of its future. Thank you and welcome. Let's begin.